Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary frontman for Black Sabbath and a reality TV star, has died.
Yeah, it was a shock for us. I mean, when I heard yesterday.
What happens when the musician you wanted to use for your marketing campaign is no longer available? In this video, we will look at campaigns from Fender and Behringer and find out how and why they work. We take a deeper look at how Gibson did an excellent job with selling the Kirk Hammett Greeny Les Paul. And at the end of the video, I show you in detail how you can add a celebrity story to your product, even if you are not a synthesizer or guitar company. Now, let's first take a look at Behringer's campaign for the new drum machine, the LM Drum.
So it really is a drum legacy steeped in history, which is why we were so keen to restore not only a great vintage instrument in the Lindrum, but this amazing relic of 1980s Tears for Fears history that featured on their unforgettable hits like Everybody Wants to Rule the World and the brilliant Shout.
In this video, I won't discuss any legal or moral implications of the campaign. That could be the topic of another video. Since we're focusing on finding solutions for your brand or product campaign, we'll look exclusively at the benefits of Behringer's strategy. Launching a completely new drum machine without a compelling story can be a daunting task. So let's imagine what the Behringer LM drum would look like if it didn't use the design elements and a name close to that of the iconic Lindrum, created by Roger Linn in 1982, as its foundation. Based on the specs of the LM drum by Behringer, I used AI to create an image of what the drum machine might look like if it weren't branded with Lindrum visuals and design elements. Copying the industrial design and logo of a classic drum machine and using a name similar to the original clearly offers a competitive advantage. Another example of this strategy is the Third Wave by Groove Synthesis. It borrows elements of the name, the color scheme, and even references PPG-era wavetables. So what styles, colors, and visual elements could you adopt from a well-known classic in your product category without infringing on trademarks? Could you create an association with a classic song or a legendary band? Now take a look at two videos, both are from Fender. One promotes the Eric Clapton signature Stratocaster called Brownie, and the other features the Kurt Cobain Jag-Stang. Please use the link in the description to watch the full videos. When you come back, what do you think? Which of the two worked better for you? I think the answer will be quite obvious.
This probably would have pretty much been what it was like when I bought it.
Right.
And you know, to go back to why that would be is that, you know, I saw Buddy Holly holding one. Buddy Holly played one, and you know, all those records that he made, it sounded like it was really, really quiet. You know, and he played it like an acoustic guitar a lot of the time.
Hey everyone, this is Nick Reinhardt. In this video, we're going to talk about this amazing Jag-Stang guitar and hear some great playing examples. Few artists in history can be credited with changing popular music overnight and continuing to influence music culture 3 decades later. Kurt Cobain and Nirvana appeared on the scene in the early 1990s and combined heavy tones, punk-infused energy, and melodic hooks to create a new sound. This established alternative rock as a radio staple with legitimate mainstream acceptance.
I think it wasn't even close. In the first video, we see an iconic guitar player sharing his personal experience, emotional, authentic, and even name-dropping another guitar hero along the way. It all feels real and personal. In the second video, we get a more or less unknown player reading from a pre-written script, trying to fill the guitar with a story. But it's nowhere near as powerful as the first one. Just talking about Kurt Cobain and trying to imitate his guitar style might even be a turn-off. Definitely not a turn-on. Now, going back to my initial question, how do you deal with the challenge of promoting and marketing a product linked to a celebrity when that celebrity is no longer alive? Let's take a look at the Kirk Hammett Greeny campaign from Gibson. I think it offers a great solution. Now let's take a look at the numbers, and they're pretty amazing. The first tier of the Greeny release was the ultra-exclusive Custom Shop Collector's Edition, priced at a staggering $50,000. Only 50 units were made. That means just from this supposedly completely sold-out first run, Gibson generated a turnover of $2.5 million. Next came the slightly more accessible Murphy Lab Custom Shop version at $20,000. Then, for a broader audience, Gibson released the USA standard Kirk Hammett Greeny, retailing at $3,199. And finally, the most affordable option, the Epiphone Kirk Hammett Greeny, a Les Paul standard 59 style guitar, launched at just under $1,500. What's even more remarkable is the strategy behind them. Gibson managed to successfully market a guitar whose original owners are no longer alive. Let's take a closer look at how that works. Gibson very artfully transferred the story from the late guitar legends Peter Green and Gary Moore to a currently active, relevant artist, Kirk Hammett of Metallica. And here's the key takeaway. If you're working with a story, you need to update it regularly, because over time, some parts of that story will fade. Let's be honest, not many people on Spotify today are regular listeners of Peter Green or even Gary Moore. Just look at their monthly listener counts. 210,000 for Peter Green, 2.3 million for Gary Moore, but 30 million for Metallica. Metallica is still a global brand, a band that's active, successful, touring, vivid, and alive. That is exactly why the Greeny story needs to be transferred to a culturally relevant musician.
I don't know. It's just like I felt like I was just destined to have that guitar. It has so much history, and that history, knowing that history, is so inspiring to me. Knowing that Peter Green's hands have been on it, Gary Moore's hands have been on it, and then this whole slew of other players: Jeff Beck, Jimi Hendrix, George Harrison, Rory Gallagher, full on invoking the spirit of those players. Their players' essence is in Greeny. So when I pick up that guitar, it's inspiring, and the sound, when I hit a note, I just want to stay.
In this video, Kirk Hammett presents the guitar for Gibson. In this case, the actual guitar isn't even for sale. What's being offered is only a replica. But he tells the story from a deeply personal perspective. His relationship to the former owners, his connection to the guitar itself, and how he feels his own musical journey has benefited from being able to play it. The video conveys this idea extremely well, in a polished, professional, and most important, in an emotionally resonant way. And along the way, Kirk Hammett name-drops a whole list of other guitar heroes, many of whom aren't even directly connected to this particular brand or model. And now let's summarize the key takeaways from this video on celebrity marketing in the musical instrument industry. Step 1. Attaching a well-known artist to your product will almost always be beneficial. Step 2. Borrowing the visual style, and even parts of the name, from a classic, iconic product can be very effective as long as it doesn't get you into legal trouble. Step 3. Transfer the story to a younger, more current and better-known artist, or transfer a story from an iconic previous product. However, you need to be aware that your artist-based stories require regular updates, fresh angles, and rejuvenation over time.
My name is Hans Bodin, also known as Non-Eric. I'm a seasoned MI veteran with close to 40 years of experience in the MI industry. I worked as a product and marketing manager for Steinberg, as an OEM sales manager for Native Instruments, ran one of the first techno labels in Germany as a music producer, and the first German language YouTube channel for musicians called Musotalk. And now I'd like to share my insights with you. For my marketing and sales solutions, I like to leverage the capabilities of modern AI tools. And now let me hand over to my digital clone.
Hi, I'm the digital avatar of Hans Bodin, also known as Non-Eric. While he's hard at work developing marketing and sales solutions you can actually use, I'm here to share some of his insights and knowledge with you. If you'd like to get in touch with him or learn more about the MI Business Accelerator, just follow the link in the description, and thank you for watching.